Welcome to the Plan 6 parts video. Today's video, tr3 steering rack replacement. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the steering rack in this tr3. So basically the steering on this is a little loose for a number of reasons. However, we're going to replace it with a new steering rack. So here it is here in the ground. Now, I know something like the MGA and so on have an upgraded steering column or steering rack. I'm not aware of an upgraded one for the tr3. So what we're doing is we're getting basically a new conversion kit. So this is a new conversion kit for a left-hand drive. It was only manufactured, literally, actually tells me when it was built. The 8th to the 5th. So it's only built on, what are we now? We're in the 10th month. So it was only built a couple of months ago. So yeah, we're going to replace the steering rack with a new one. So the plan is to be able to do the whole lot without taking anything off. Now I took the wheels off, but here's a few of the challenges you are going to look at. Well, what we're going to look at. First of all, before I get anywhere down under the car, oops, fingers in the way, the camera. Now unfortunately I have to use the lights because unfortunately it's starting to get dark out. And the lights on here are on the wrong side of the hood, so it's making it awful dark on this side. I should have rolled the nose in. Because this is also getting brakes done, that's why it came in backwards. It's easier to stop. So what I'll end up doing is this knuckle here, that's going to end up getting swapped out, this knuckle. There's a new bushing for here, the same as this knuckle down here. As you can see, I replaced that not too long ago actually. That's going to get swapped out for a new one as well. And then it's the whole steering rack. Now, how old the steering rack is, I don't know. It doesn't look that old. But what the plan is to do is, we're going to strip it by taking our tie rod ends out. And then once we get them out, then we're going to unbolt the clamps that hold it to this frame. And from there, once we unbolt it from there, we should be able to actually, once I take out the top linkage bars off the column, we should be able to actually just slide out the steering rack itself. It should come sliding out, and then I'm going to unbolt and take out the bolts here that hold on the bracket, and then the far side, and then that will come out. And then just simply reverse it on to put it back in. So looking at the steering rack comes obviously with the rubber boot and already on the whole lot. It just came with a new tie rod ends and everything. So I'll take these off, and most likely I'll just undo these and keep it as one solid piece. That way it makes life easier. But yeah, there should be enough room to, without ever doing anything, to get in there. It looks a lot tighter when I first seen it, but it's actually not that bad now that I see it. So, yeah, because it's dark, I have a light under here so you see the light shining up just so I can work and see. So, without further ado, let's get cracking into this. So, I don't know how many parts this is going to be, because I don't know how many things are going to go wrong. So now I have to find some light in here, so hopefully this should stick. It's not the greatest of light, but it'll do the job. So, as I said, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove that we're going to remove the joint here. So the key to remember about these is that you have to take it all the way out. Sorry, the knuckle. When we take this out, it's important to take the bolt all the way out. I've learned the hard way that the actual bar has a notch in it for the bolt to run through. No. Got one. a second, I need a spanner for this, should be a 1/2 inch. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, let's get this one off. Hopefully I don't have to remove the steering wheel. Well, if I remove it, hopefully I don't have to loosen the steering wheel in order to allow the steering column to come back. I'm trying to remember if I did the last time I did this. Should take these wires over here. Looks like I put a lock nut on this one. Hopefully you can take it off now. It's going to be one of those nuts. Yeah, I knew it. It's going to be one of those that's going to hold off right to the end. Take these nuts. I mean, no matter what you do, it's right to the very end, the last thread that holds on. You can't undo it by hand until it's the very end. Right. Now, to two these out, what I should be able to do is this should be able to slide one way or the other. By right, let me get this out of the way. Alright, that's it, I've had enough of this. Yeah, great. I'll explain something with the car is a bit hard to start. You know, the HT leads are shut. Those are not decent. I know I want to move this, it's not going to make a difference, it's still going to get me away. Out of the way, and now the speedo. Love it. Tack. Now I should have done this the first time. Alright, something fell. Pretty sure it's a spring off the distributor. Okay. Alright, they're out of the way. Now it says, by right, I should be able to. I know if I loosen the steering column, that will come out, but with the two of them gone, I should be able to knock one down or the other one up enough to get one out. So let's see if it works. It may or may not. Bit of movement. I'll turn it over. I'm not sure how much you can see so far. Let me zoom in a bit. I don't know how much you can see. So I took the bolts out. So now I'm just trying to get enough that I can. one off. That should allow me to, oh, let's stay on. There you go. There's one knuckle out. Now that that's off, I can do the same on the far one. I'll just have to get down to it. Now I'm trying to figure out the best way of getting down to there again. If you can see, I don't know if you can see it. I can't even see it. It might be better coming at it from in here. Hang on, let me put the camera for you. So the light is shining into it. Let me readjust that. So what I'm looking at is in here. Oh, the camera's a little too low. I know, because of the light. It's darker to use these and it's creating shade. So yeah, I'm better off getting that from in here. So there's the nut there. Again, I can do the same thing. I'm going to undo it, push it all the way through, and that will allow me to take that knuckle off, and then that will release the steering column all the way. So let me move this light around. Hopefully, maybe it's a little better, maybe it's a little worse. I don't know where to put this thing. That's going to make life a little easier. Okay. I don't know if you can see much. Funny enough, I can see it, but alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to probably come from underneath on that one. Great, I had a ½ inch in and I was going for a walk. Where's the spinnacle? Oi. So, that's the best way to get to this one. I put this on, I'm trying to remember how I done it. Maybe I need a big extension. Yeah, that's not going to fit in there. Obviously, if done the radiator hose here, it'd be a lot easier. Hang on, hold on. Tiny bit of play here. Oh, it's not much though. Alright. So it's gonna get funny. I have to figure out a good length actually to get. This radiator holds right in the way where I want to be. So now yeah. For me, oh god, oh, you can see. Let me show you. I've been burying around underneath here. So for me, looking upwards from underneath, I can see the nut or the bolt. Hopefully, it's, there it is. There. Hopefully, it zooms in. Yeah, or focuses in. The problem is though, this. Sorry, not to zoom out. This radiator hose is right in the way. So no matter where I go with it, when I put the extension in, this is right in the way. So now I'm just going to have to run a longer extension all the way to it's on this side. So let me go get an extension bar. Well, you can start to see it a bit better there now. Alright, let me get an extension and see if it works. Oh, it will work, it's just how long do I need to make it? Alright. Now, here's the next problem, so I'm going to make it that long. Now that gets in the way. So the pulley gets in the way. You know, going in between lengths. That's still too long. Oh, I know what it is. I need to get a short socket. These are the fun enjoying games that goes on when you're trying to unbolt something. It's back and forth, back and forth. Now tell me it fits this time. Well, good as another gear. Okay. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to get this one open. This is not easy. Said you're gonna have to figure out an easier way. My eyes. Oh, the dust is falling on my eyes. Okay. Well, so far, I'm just holding it on the inside. It looks like I'm doing the nuts on the outside. Again, because I'd like to come off sooner, I can guarantee you this nut is not going to get loose until it gets all the way to the end. Yummy. I can't even get a hand in there to get that nut off. Well, now I got it in the first place. Alright. Got it. Yippee! Alright. That's that off. So, up. Now with that off, I should be able to. Just pull this. Actually, it should come out by right. There we go. So that's what I was saying about the about these. Sorry, I'm zoomed in so much you can't see. I said that's why you have to take the bolt out, because when it goes through, the bolt goes through this groove. So like, if you don't take it out, you're not getting it out because you have this little piece here. And I've made that mistake before with them, forgetting about it and half doing the nut and thinking they're going to smash it out. And yeah. So remember, you have to take the bolt completely out. All right. So that's out. Now I can start working on from the bottom end. So back down we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our tie rod ends off. So I'll take the tie rod ends off. I'll do that on both sides, and I'm going to loosen up the steering rack, and then after that then I'll take out the 4 bolts, and that will allow the rack to come loose to come out. What I might do then is, because it's getting dark and it's getting crappy with the light, I might just then wait till tomorrow where it should be bright. I can open the door and get some natural light in and make life a little easier to see the video. But for now we're going to take our tie rod ends out. So if I remember, I think there are 5/8. Oh. 11/16. Looks about right. There's a piece of metal in that. Okay. So because it comes in new tie rod ends, I'm not too worried about it. Usually when it comes to these, you'd always, if you're ever taking a tie rod end off and you're taking it off the rack, you'd always mark it and count the amount of turns you do. But again, that all depending if it's correct or not. So if you ever have to take one off, I'd suggest just, I usually undo the nut and bring it back to where it is, that it's loose, and then start unwinding it. But it's always best to get the alignment redone anyway. Either way, it's like when you put new wheels on, it's supposed to get all the alignment done anyway. Alignments go off pretty quick, that's for sure. Any car, never mind these. Now, another thing, if you're doing your tie rod ends and they don't come out, you won't push up, and you need to bash them out, leave the nut on the bottom. That way you don't smash all the threads. But these are just to hammer it out, and you should be able to still save it. But if you're taking it out by right, you probably should have just put a new one in. Because all the ball joints I've had to separate these and pull these up always destroy here. I've never, at the forks, I've never been able to not destroy that. So that's what I'm saying, if you ever need the belt, hit them with a hammer, leave the nut at the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do. Because it comes in new ones, I'm not worried about it, but I don't want to destroy them either. They look okay, there's no reason to destroy them. So I'll put the nut back on. Well, I guess it's not coming out. I have to go. I'm just gonna have to split. All right, I was going to try. I said there's a good chance it wasn't going to happen anyway, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna take the nut off. You see, I almost destroyed the nut, but all the threads are fine. So. As I said, sometimes it will come out, sometimes it won't. So now we're going to use some tools. There's a few of them I have here I can use. I find this one most of the time the best to use. So this one just slides underneath. Now, hopefully this is the right size, is it? No. Oh dear. All right, should be this. These are not always the easiest tools to use. There we go. Oh, there's one out. So we shall do the same for the far side. I know you probably can't see me, but that should be it. Okay, so alright, so the two ball joints are out. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, well, might as well turn this, not that makes a difference. Now we're going to get underneath, and I'm going to show you. So on the steering rack we have these bolts here. So once we undo these, the clamps, that will actually then release the steering rack, which means we should be able to slide it out. So unfortunately I don't think I'm pretty sure my camera's not going to let me go down this slow to the ground, being able to see. So just gonna have to bear with me while I do it. Alright, so these look like 1/2 inch. Yep, they're 1/2 inch. You have to ratchet. Alright, so let's try to get these off quick. So this car is also getting new brakes. You see there's no brake calipers on them. Yeah. Unfortunately seized up and locked up, so I'm going to rebuild them. I'm doing this the slow way. Hang on. Hold on a second. I have a quicker way to do this. Yeah. Impact gun. Yummy. Get to eat some rust while I'm under here. Move. Oh, here we go. The hole's in the way again. The radiator hole's getting in my way again. Oh yeah, it's already in the way for this one, I think. Let's see if I can fit it. Come on, squeeze fight. Come on, squeeze fight. Come on. Guess I have to do one manually. Actually, you know what? Maybe if I put the elbow on it would have helped. Yeah, obviously this radiator hose really wants to get in the way. This radiator hose really. Oh God. I have to figure out a good way of putting this back in now. Getting it out was one thing, but oh my. So this radiator hose is like directly in the way. Do you know what? I have an idea. Let me see if this will work. I have a joint that moves it to the side, so hopefully. The problem is the threads are so bloody long that I can't get a small one in there, like a small socket, because of the length of the threads. Yeah, it's quite an awkward one. Sorry, I wish you could see what I was trying to do to get this out. Obviously, if this radiator hose wasn't here, it'd be so much easier. So maybe next time I drain the radiator and remove this hose. Note to oneself. Oh, she's coming out though. I think when I put it in, I will do that. I'll bring it around. Oh, my hands are getting tired. And unfortunately, the lock nuts on it, so that's why it's not coming off. That's what I'll say. Pretty tough all over the bottom. Oh, whew. Well, at least I've gotten to the point that I can see the end of it. Oh, oh my. Actually, I had a ratchet on it. Didn't. Hang on a second. There it is. I'm making life so much more awkward for myself here. Yeah, unfortunately the bolt is so long. Alright, that's them off, so I can push it up and remove the clamp from the steering rack. Now, what is in here? Alright, it should be loose. I should be able to pull it all the way out. Should be able to. Doing it is two different things, obviously. Oh, that's right. The bracket hasn't come over yet. Be mindful, and you already got hit in the head with one, is the clamps. Obviously, the base end of it, when you take it out, it's going to want to fall. And then you got it in the face. So. Oh my. This just doesn't want to come over. This, okay. Oh. I cut that. Yeah, I nearly got it in the face. I don't know if you've seen that. Caught it just as it came down, going right for me. Keep your mouth closed. Save the teeth. So pull this right all the way through. Out you come. And there we go. And it is out. So here it is here. So there's a steering rack that came out. I don't know when it was made. I don't know if they're original like this. It doesn't look very original, but either that or else it's spotless. Yeah, so that's it. I'll keep this together in one piece. So there's nothing wrong with it at all. Just obviously we're going to upgrade it for a brand new one. So the only thing I've left to do now is I'll do this tomorrow when it's daylight. Now that you can see all the way through, I'll unbolt these here and I'll bolt the other ones, and then I should be able to get the frame. It should pop out. Might take a little bit of squeezing, a little bit of turning and manipulating to get it into the gap. Maybe stand it upright or push it one way and drop it down the middle. I guess we'll find out which is the best way to get it out. But if you could let me go on the back of the knee again. Oh, that's what nearly hit me in the face. The first one popped out and it came right down on me. So this one here is right in line with the hose. And to make it worse, it was so long I couldn't get the socket in because the short socket, the bolt was too long, the short socket wouldn't work. And then when I put the socket on, it was so long it would hit the hose. So me thinks I'm going to drain the rad and remove this hose for when I put this in. That's what I'm saying, like when I undo this, I might be able to push it so far across and drop it through this gap here. And then we'll put the other one in. So we'll find out. We're going to loosen it off and we'll see. But yeah, I'm definitely going to remove this hose now. It's becoming a pain in the, yeah. All right, that's it. All right, so well, thanks for watching part 1. Got most of it done. And yeah, join me in part 2. We'll get that out and hopefully do a little cleanup. And then we'll start assembling the new steering rack. So thanks for watching.